Hey, Kevin here, and here's a little something for your performance edge. I was coaching somebody, and they had just gotten into a new role. And as they were in their new role, they're trying to balance out, bring in the kind of accountability and energy and clarity to what they're trying to establish, in a new position. And yet, at the same time, they're not necessarily getting the kind of traction that they were hoping to get. And in the context of that conversation, I think there's a lot of important kind of invisibles to unpack here. And this will be for any of you. Somewhere along the way, you're going to get an opportunity. If you've listened to any of the videos we talk about, you're always positioning for a pivot. There's always an element of becoming first, best, unique at whatever it is that you do that stands out to the point that when people are asking questions about an opportunity, they're saying your name. Why not them? Why not you? Why not John? Why not Sarah? Why not Jim? And so when they say that, then all of a sudden you get that and you're excited, you have all this focus that you're going to do and you bring it, but then you don't quite get the traction that you wanted or you hoped. And then the tendency is we double down on the level of clarity. We double down on the level of energy. We double down on the level of accountability. And then all of a sudden we feel like we're on an island all by ourselves. And that's a tough place to be. So whether you've just gotten promoted or you're now leading a bunch of people when that you used to be one of everybody, right? Because that happens sometimes. You were in a department, you're one of everybody, and now you're in charge of everybody. And whatever that is, this is a really important kind of thing. Whether you've positioned or starting a new job or whatever that is, let's unpack some really key things. And the first key thing is perspective in the long view. And I often look at things through the lens of 30, 30, 90, 90. Whenever you're in the new role, you're looking at things through a 30-day goal. But really what you need to think about is typically influence really takes 30 weeks to establish. You may have a lot of 30-day kinds of things you want to do or 90-day things you want to do, but you're looking at 30 weeks and 90 weeks. You're looking at a year and a half to really formulate the level of influence you want to have. Will you have authority? Yes. You'll be having all the authority you want to have, and a lot of times we double down on the authority piece of it, and then we lose everybody else in the process. What if we built relationships? What if we built a team? What if we established a level of connection, what I'm going to use the word is a pulse of connection, where you have regular types of moments where you can look at the big picture and have rigorous debate around it, where they're included, when they're around the table, when they have the ability to speak into, not necessarily decide, by the way, but speak into, and connect the dots between the ideas that they present, the input that they provide, and yet the decision that's made all through the context of their input and conversations. And that's when it becomes a we proposition and not a me proposition. And listen, this is a very normal thing, because usually in the first 90 days in your new role anyway, you don't need a whole lot of support. You just need some direction. You need to have some clarity on what you need to do. But it's usually from 90 to about 120 to 160 days when all of a sudden now you know what you don't know. All the hidden little cracks and crevices and all the weirdness that exists in there, and you feel like that you got to manufacture more energy, more authority to overcome, when in reality it's too much for you to do. And this is the part where we have to build the team. This is the part where we have to invite others into the conversations, to bring solutions, ideas, to unpack the concepts, to be able to look around and not say I'm here to save the day, but hey, I am one of you. And I see this situation, and this isn't a great situation, and we need to really get clear about what we need to do to move the needle forward and really attack this thing and do some damage with it. So whenever you do that, I just want to encourage you as you process this to really think through the lens of the bigger picture, to really sit back and say, hey, how do I enlarge the circle? How do I establish a level of clarity that's where everybody can get involved and speak into, and actually debate, by the way. I mean, debate's not a bad thing. I think debate is probably one of those things that is probably underutilized, especially when it comes to direction and ideas and what do we need to do next and where do we need to go next. It's about including people more and more in that circle so they feel a part of it. And then you can kind of then really nail down who those key 2 to 3 trusted advisors that you want to surround yourself with are, people that you lead, but they have influence with you. And I think there's a level of reciprocity that definitely jumps in at that stage, to where now those 3 or those 4 or those 5 key people who are in that inner circle support you externally outside that circle when you're not nearby, when you're not providing the energy or the focus or the clarity or the accountability, all that stuff. So I know I said a lot there, but I think there's some wisdom in that. And I just want to encourage you to continue to lead, continue to grow. And this is a next level conversation, but it's a good one and it's an important one. So make sure that you're doing due diligence. Make sure that you are taking the time to think bigger and see bigger in the moment you're in, and make the most of it. So, and always remember this: when you see the invisible, you become impossible. Impossible? No, unstoppable. Ah, my bad. Hey, have a great day, everybody. My brain ain't working, man. It's late in the day. Have a good one, gang.